So, all right. So
Hi.
my name is Swimming.
And
So
I'm
this
Tristan.
DevKami number 79. Yes, we have
What happened
Tristan.
to your What happened to your intro?
I messed up. So let's introduce yourself. Kevin, please first, then the guest last.
Hi, my name is Steven. I'm just annoying swimming today. Yeah,
Yes. And
Tristan.
of course, our guest of the day is Daniel, Next Up
Hey,
Asia, and of course did a lot of other things.
you forgot. Tristan, sorry, you
Yes.
forgot. Tristan.
Oh, Tristan already introduced himself. He's the user.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hello.
he's the co-founder of DevKami.
no, no.
So let's start with
Obviously, people
events.
are not watching the company. Swimming introduces. Sorry, Chilong introduces first, then I go, then
Yeah.
swimming does. Then if
Yes.
swimming is hosting, he goes, then I go.
Oh. Oh,
What
I
is wrong
forgot
with this
about
intro?
that.
Okay. Anyway,
Never
Yes.
mind. Okay.
I forgot.
let's go
Let me
for
find.
events.
Let
Yes.
me
Let's start with events. But I do my thing.
let me share. Let me share. That's coming. Da, da, da.
Yep.
So, if
No, I
anyone's
don't.
interested in our events, it's at devkami.com/meetups.
Com slash.
Although it's not
Yep.
really meetups anymore since we are on MCO. So
Mhm.
Yep.
there's not actually a meeting up, but it's an online event.
Yes.
And there is actually nothing this week.
Yeah. In fact, we won't have stuff for a while actually. So
The
on the other
next one
hand,
is May 27th. That's like the whole month.
For 27 is what again?
yes.
For what?
It's KLJS, May
Okay,
27th.
CalJS might be brought
Online.
forward.
Oh,
I'm still in
Oh,
discussion. I will update later.
okay. Well, there is one happening for women who code. It's not on the calendar, but it's the
Mhm.
freelancing. Oh, is it happening tomorrow? Tomorrow,
I
right?
think
Or
so.
Oh
Saturday?
I think it's
yeah.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Mm.
So yes.
So, Women Who Code KL is, let me just bring up the invitation. Women Who Code KL, how to get starting in IT.
Yep. Uh,
How to get
Freelancing in
started in
IT.
freelancing in IT. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Freelancing in IT, it's at May at 2 p.m.
Yep.
So it's go and register. It should be. I will copy and paste this so that Seaman can put it up on our links. I'll put it on
Yep.
our chat. Then
And
register there, and it's an online event, and
mhm.
see you there. I'll be there, just watching.
Cool. So that's events. So any interesting news happening for the past 1 week? This one, Google
Mhm.
Meet are going free throughout the whole thing. No, actually, Google are giving the whole thing
Yeah.
free
60
Mhm.
until
minutes.
September.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
60
only 60
minutes.
minutes. It's good. Super annoying.
Do you think
Yes.
it's enough to reach Zoom's user base? Well, because
Um,
Zoom is 40 minutes, right? And then
yeah.
people are saying, "Oh, damn."
Zoom is 40 minutes, but at the same time, I don't. I think because Facebook still came out with their rooms with 50 people, so
Mm.
Yeah.
so it's going to be a bit of a three-way, and I don't think they always give up halfway, like whenever they launch this kind of thing.
Yes.
Mm. Because I
Then
feel at least for Zoom, even though it's 40 minutes, you can just ask people to join the same room, and then you
Yeah,
don't have to do any more setup, right? The problem
mhm,
I feel with Meet is that if it goes over, then someone has to create a new calendar entry and then go meet or something if it's tied
yeah,
to a
yep.
room. Otherwise, I don't think you can use a room further than 60 minutes. So that might be the thing. Because Zoom is like practically unlimited. It's just inconvenient to get kicked out every 40 minutes, right? So we'll see.
Yes.
We will see.
On the other
Although,
hand,
on the other hand, it's
So if
Google is
everyone keep
more
getting
professional.
kicked out after 40 minutes, is it?
Zoom will kick you out in 40 minutes, but you can join the
I
same
can't
room.
hear.
huh? Yeah, Zoom
Yeah.
was
So this
Zoom
was
was
for free version.
yeah,
for
it's
the
free
free
version. They've been extending, like giving out free extension, but
Mm.
it's not
Okay.
100% that you guarantee getting the extension. Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
But it's
But
getting
do,
after security patching everything, right? It's actually getting laggy a bit.
Yeah, don't get me started with Zoom. I share this with my entrepreneur group. So for those who are
Uh-huh.
watching, this is DevKami, not my show. I'm a guest.
yeah.
Yes, I
Your
don't
guess
have to do
finally.
anything. I
Oh,
don't have to
is
do
that why
anything.
Swimming got confused with the intro? Because you're actually here. We thought you were the
Yes.
you were the host. Ah, now it okay.
Yes.
And
I got in the
DevKami,
room late, so I didn't know what was the
yeah,
talk.
and DevKami is a show about developers in Malaysia and about
Yes.
cute couples hacking away. Yeah, so feel
So
free
we
to.
have story about that, but more on that later. So the
Boring
next,
stuff.
yeah, unfortunately, no, that's the interesting stuff. Let's get rid of the boring stuff. So another news is actually we had an npm package that break JavaScript
Oh, that
this
one
weekend.
again. It's not
Yes,
the left pad. Well, it's similar to the left pad thing, right?
yeah,
Where
this is called the
someone
is promise.
is oh, and it returns a boolean if it's a promise or not.
Yeah,
Mhm.
interesting. But it
Okay.
didn't make the news as big as the left pad, but it happens again. It happens again. So,
Mm-hmm.
any other news from your side that I actually missed?
Uh, Ubuntu was released. Pop! OS LTS is coming out today, which is my
Yeah.
distribution of choice. So I'm
Okay.
just I can upgrade to the beta, but I am just waiting for the official drop, and then I will upgrade. I already upgraded my VM,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
the problem there is for like Ruby or Python or
Yep.
for like these ones, you have to recompile things because the libraries have changed.
Yeah.
So if you're
So we had to
compiling
redo.
against readline, for example, or you have libraries that have native code, then you need to relink them. Basically, you have to recompile the whole thing, and it's not the fast. So you upgrade the operating system, and then you have to make sure that your development environment is still working. So I'm guessing like if people are doing um, like these types of development, you will need you're in for a long weekend. It is a long weekend, and I guess it's good that they actually did the upgrade like around this time because you are going to be spending some time just making sure everything is still working.
Docker forever.
Mm.
That being said, so Tevin, anything on your side?
For tech side, nothing
Yeah.
much. So
Gerak
basically all
Malaysia.
the Gerak Malaysia. Oh yeah. We're supposed to talk about that.
Do we want
So
to avoid
someone
it? I don't mind.
no, I mean we can talk it general way. So basically, if you before you install if you're on Android, if you're trying to install
Yeah.
Grab Malaysia, right? What you will notice is what the app permission that the app is asking for you. So someone actually
Mhm.
posted a screenshot saying that
Mm.
why is asking like your call logs and WhatsApp the messages,
Yes.
which is seems like too much to
Yes.
too much over
Overreach.
permission. Yes, overreach permission, which doesn't require for that simple app. So
Mhm.
there's something was brought up. So yeah.
Yeah. But on the other
Someone
hand,
just did a
sometimes,
select all on all the permissions. Select all,
yeah,
and
it's
then
Yeah,
actually part of the being
you have
bureaucrats.
to
One
if
of
you
the
want to
thing that,
download it, you have to accept all the permission. You cannot
yeah.
yeah,
escape. So if it's an
yes,
iPhone, you can still disable it for your side, but if it's Android, you are screwed.
yeah.
Android 10 has a more like specific
We do,
permissions.
I do get my ability to disable the thing that I need lah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, okay, I think it could be a bureaucratic screw mess up. I do not know for
hmm
sure, but unfortunately, you have to travel. You may have to rely on the app, which is so
And
there's that.
then, just talking about privacy, there's another thing that's been going around as well viral, which is the background services for Facebook, which is what
Ah.
Facebook's reading, what you're doing, everything. So it's been going around viral. So if you check, actually, it's actually true. So you can see some of the apps you downloaded long time ago, but it's still being Facebook is actually have access to that, like what you're doing and everything on that app. So although your iPhone, this still happens. So if you're a privacy concerned person, you might want to check it out and remove it. But otherwise, you're fine. So if you really want to like personalize advertisement and stuff, you can just go ahead with it actually.
I think when you think about privacy, is the permission you give. And even if you're using an iPhone, when you just allow the permission, they know everything. So it's just
correct. Basically, like sometimes they force you, like after you download the app, they will ask you, "Can you allow me access to this?" And you're like, "Okay, I can't skip this button," so you are forced to allow it anyway.
It's actually the same effect when you go down. Sometimes when you go to the one of the LRT station and you got people asking you to fill form, and all of that is like, you just sick of it, just say yes to it. It's the same thing with permission actually. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things.
This is one of the reasons that I actually have a dedicated account for spamming. So email account for spamming. So I just give that email whenever I'm like, signing up for something. Shit, I need to sign up and put my email. So I will use that email just specifically for spamming. So you take what you want, but this is my email.
What I do is because I have I can put any alias for my email. So I just accept all under my domain. So every single one, I just put like, okay, says swimming's newsletter at my domain. So I know exactly which one. Swimming is.
So if you're talking about that, right? If you're using a Gmail, you can actually put like, for example, Daniel plus swimming. So that is so you get the great folder as well. That's a trick a lot of people use.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty much about it. If that's the case, let's move on to the interesting thing. So our guest of the day is Daniel Lim or Cerventus.
Daniel Cerventus Lim Feng Xiang, if the full name. But long story short, I have a Chinese name. My English name is not a real name. I go by that name because I know too many Daniel Lim. My parents gave me the name Daniel Lim, and my best friend since primary school has the same Chinese name.
Okay. So, but because I know Daniel since the early-ish of the tech days in Malaysia, not that early, but no, close to 10 years. I know him close to 10 years.
Your early years, but yes.
Yeah. So
the mainframe folks will be like, no man, we've been around since the 70s.
Yes, but I used computer since the 90s, but I know him since the early days where the tech community of Malaysia began to be active. In fact, we are the early people in Barcamp Malaysia. Which lead to all sort of camps in Malaysia. I'm kind of proud of that, to be honest.
So Evan and I are just here, like watching the old people talk with each other.
Hey, Tristan, you were there, man.
I'm not. I'm not even in Malaysia during that time.
He's early enough, but not the first one.
Yeah, not the first one, but you're early enough. So.
Yeah, I'm probably still in high school.
We were still in high school. Tevan's right. Yeah.
I'm probably in high school though.
So let's start with proper introduction. Let's introduce yourself in a more proper way. What you do now, what working on now. Are you still with TechX or etc?
Okay, hi, I'm Daniel. I am most commonly known these days as the guy that ran TEDx KL. Unfortunately, that's been a bit of a hiatus because of my health and also work. But for the past since June last year, 2019, I've been on a break. So I've been on a personal break just to recoup, recover from everything. My previous business, we had a software house, Ruby on Rails development stuff, and we use my other business is actually more on it's a content creation animation house, basically. At this point in time, I am actually technically not doing anything. Supposed to be traveling, but unfortunately I can't travel. So I've been doing a lot of live stream with the entrepreneur group. So we run an entrepreneur group with about 25,000 people. It grew from 8,000 in December 2018, and now it's about 25 to 26,000 people. So during the whole MCO, I've just been doing live stream, interviewing people and stuff, and it's so nice to actually not do a live stream.
Well, this is technically live, but
No, like-
we are the one who
no,
do most of the work.
Yeah, not
So
hosting.
that's a slight difference.
Yeah. You did a live streaming on like 7 a.m. in the morning, right?
Yes, tomorrow there's another one at 7 a.m.
Yeah, like, okay. I joined one of it. I was like, wow, this guy doing in the morning.
Yeah.
No.
But I did join, so it was a good one actually.
Well, no, well,
Thank you.
him being okay, but how about the guest actually waking up at 7, or is it like more on the different time zone guest?
It's all different time zone. So tomorrow
Okay.
we are getting Rebecca Fanning from. She wrote the book Silicon Dragon and also Tech Titans, and she does a lot of work in China basically, but she's based in California at the moment, or rather stuck in California. Usually you will find her in China. So she's going to talk about how China's tech startups, tech businesses pivot or survive during this whole COVID situation in China. Yeah. So that's 7 a.m. Malaysia time,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's 4 p.m. California time.
So I got a few questions on my mind. So first thing first, where can we find all the interviews currently?
It's actually facebook.com/groups/mixupasia.
Okay.
It's actually if you join the entrepreneur group, it's all there. I haven't actually decided what I want to do after that. So what I'm just promising is that I'll be live streaming almost daily during this whole MCO. Pretty much that.
So you interviewed quite a lot of people between the entrepreneur scene and all that, overseas and Malaysia, and especially during MCO. So how the guys doing? Because recently we read the news, quite a lot of startup are losing funding and all that. So how's the scene happening currently?
In terms of the startup scene, it really depends on which industry. The thing that is actually in terms of funding, not for angel funding but VC funding, there is money allocated. Basically, venture cap have allocated money for the year and they have to spend it, so they will have to invest. So there are
Right.
investments going on, but not everyone is optimistic about some of the businesses. So let's say for travel. But it depends. It really depends on the investor. If the investor thinks that now it's cheap to invest, they will invest and so forth. So organization like MDEC has been doing business matching together with startups and investors. But what is more interesting is to see some of the pivots going on. Like for example, StoreHub did a 70-hour hackathon to change their business from a POS system to a delivery platform.
Right.
So that's
Wait,
a good.
what's the difference again?
A POS is a point of sale, so basically it's the
Yeah.
A delivery platform is like something like you order food, then you know someone will deliver your food to your place.
Right. So quite a lot of these companies are effectively turning into a logistics companies.
Yeah, because it's
Or they try to be.
Yeah.
Right.
They are basically trying to fulfill the need. There's not enough people out there who are doing logistics. And some of these, some of these companies, they are charging a lot in terms of so restaurants cannot afford them. So I think it's up to 35% commission for every sale. So imagine a restaurant that's like, okay, I'm not making any money. What do you do? So like for example, one of the restaurants out there, Fahrenheit 600, they serve pizzas and tacos and wood fire pizza. Instead of actually using like Grab, what they do, they run their own store, but at the same time, while you order to WhatsApp or you order through your platform, and they will hire a Grab car to send it to you. So it's more cost effective to do that than actually to use Grab. So they might not have the publicity where the Grab food has, but at the same time, they save their cost, so they do their own marketing.
So how do people know them? Because the way Grab do marketing is crazy. Right.
Yeah. So they rely a lot on the existing client base. They rely on word of mouth. They rely on like straight up digital marketing and so on. So that's one of the ways to do it. All, I like the idea of Burger Lab tends to do it. They tend to do a lot of cross collaboration. So they collaborate with different restaurants. Like because Burger Lab is more so some of the local restaurants collaborate with them. So you get to know about this new restaurant.
Okay. Fascinating. So, guys, any other question? Well, I think of one right now.
Mm,
Kevin? Oh, okay. So, so quite a number of people you actually interview. Who's the interesting one that you actually interview?
I would say I'm a big fan of Chris Gillable.
Uh-huh.
So Chris Gillable is the author of $100 Startup, Side Hustle School, everything. So
Yeah.
he's a big advocate of people who do side hustles, and
Uh-huh.
you don't have to have a lot of money to spend to start your own side business and stuff. I also like Izzuddin actually. Izzuddin, do you guys know Izzuddin from
Which one?
Izzuddin is my what's his thing? He's a developer actually from Malaysia.
Yeah. I have a few Izzuddin that is
Kid Dino,
developer.
Kid Dino.
The most well-known is Udin.
Jom launched, yeah.
Okay.
Jom launched,
Yeah.
the guy from Jom launched.
Okay.
So
Okay.
he before the MCO he was actually planning to do a indie hacker kind of like solopreneur kind of meetup. So he came up with a lot of idea in terms of like how as like independent developers, how do you survive? What are the things that you do? So he has that's quite a cool interview. I'm looking forward to see the Jom launch Asia if he managed to pull it off.
But John
Is this Imbrash, right?
No, not Embrace. Izzuddin.
Oh, okay, the guy.
Yeah,
I think he did a Dev Hub thing as well.
yeah. I think he did the DevHub thing. And
Yeah,
he
he did a magic or something, right? It was really good with the together with Run Cloud and everything. They did a good tech event, like
Yeah.
for student and everything.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good. So I was actually one of the speaker that time when they're doing it.
Yeah. Izzuddin is mostly a PHP front end guy. He used to be the CTO, I think CTO or tech co-founder of what is it called?
Are you reading his Facebook?
No, I'm looking at LinkedIn actually because I can't remember I cannot remember what's the company called. Center. Yes, I cannot remember the company. Yeah, which is like a Amazon of Malaysia. Not to say Masha Malaysian. Yeah.
I mean the shop front or the cloud thing. There's
shop,
Amazon cloud.
the
shop
shop,
lah, okay.
the thing that sell book. Yeah.
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 I
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how would you compare then versus now? If you have the perspective that Teban and I don't. From before, like how was it like? I guess you're starting things up before and then you're starting things up now. Are they the same? Are they very, very different? They're the same, but things are just differently done. How would you do it? How
Like
would you
now-
describe it?
Now, as in MCU or just now in general?
Well, you can. I guess you can do it in 3 times, like MCO, then just before MCO, and then like 10 years ago. How would you describe that?
I think 10 years ago was I mean, every time it's a lot interesting. 10 years ago, okay, so to paint you perspective, 10 years ago, I was doing Joomla. Then I was doing,
Oh.
then it was like, I vomited. Joomla. Yeah, but 10 years ago, I think there's a lot more diversity in terms of, I mean, there's still a lot more diversity in terms of platforms and groups, but I think 10 years ago, like it's a bit more Wild Wild West. There's a lot more weird stuff out there. And it's fun. Like every time it's like, someone will come in and like, hey, do you know this new CMS for Drupal?
Yeah.
What the hell is this, man? So like that, all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's this new framework, Ruby on Rails. Like what is Rails? What is Ruby? And I mean, you're still seeing a lot of this new stuff coming out, but it's also good to see a lot of this technology or this thing that has matured over the years. Like 10 years ago, I mean, PHP still powers most of the world, but Python is like by a stroke of luck, everyone's like, oh, Python is the new thing, and so forth.
So when I started with Python, nobody remembers that. Why the hell you use that, right? I know the feeling.
And we always
things have stabilized. You would say over the 10 years, and it's just the JavaScript people that are figuring things out again all over.
Well, JavaScript.
JavaScript is different though. So
I mean, there was even a period of time like JavaScript is ruling the world, like from Node.js to and then like I think we are back again to try to figure out things again. JavaScript. I mean, JavaScript is always a interesting.
So just curious, Daniel, like how startups nowadays like prefer to go language? Like last time it used to be Ruby, right? But I just noticed that startups are no longer want to go with Ruby anymore. They prefer to other JavaScript and stuff. Like, is it the case now, or how do you prefer to do your development now, or the initial stage as a startup?
Actually, like if you ask, a lot of the founders are not tech founders, so they cannot choose. So they don't. They
don't have a choice.
They don't have a choice. So whoever they end up working with is that. I came from I mean, I'm not a Ruby developer, but I came from that influence. So it was actually the early Twitter days, and so Twitter was built on Ruby on Rails. The whole thing, Wiki, those times.
I was going to say that it's actually interesting that you mentioned that, because many people that I talk to, like the founders, like I would ask them, why did you choose that stack? Oh, just because the CTO used to work with this, and that's why we just ended up with that. So it's like they don't actually have, as long as it does work and it gets them business, then it works. So
because they also don't have a long-term view over it, so it depends on who is the tech co-founder or the CTO. They might be stuck with the technology. So in terms of like, and they're like, okay, maybe they were just built once and they don't understand that you need to constantly rebuild the system, or you need to maintain it. You need to all founders think like, I built once, that's the version, and you just add on features, and that's done. But the real truth is, you need to build a lot of time.
After 1 year, you have to do.
So I know the feeling. I used to work in a startup that I had to clean up the mess a little. Then they got red painted. But let's not go there. I think a few of the guys know the story.
He might be watching.
But so how about now? Like compared to now on the MCO period, like if you were going to start the startup, and let's say the MCO, like maybe a more relaxed MCO where but you still have a quarantine thing over the next 6 months, over the year, because you don't want a second phase or a second wave of infections. So government is still going to do that. How are you going to go about it?
If you ask me right now, with a bit of experience and a bit of a lot more humility, I will go PHP.
I'm so sorry, but it's relevant.
No,
is it because of the amount of people that just know PHP, or
yes,
it's simpler?
Yes, that's it. Because it's and it's it, as long as it works, as long as you can build it in PHP. If you're not building anything super really complicated, there's a lot of APIs and that's the cool thing now, because there's a lot of API you can use, a lot of things like you can want machine learning, I'll just plug into Amazon. Or Amazon got the thing ready.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Sorry.
In fact, you can literally build your whole business on WordPress if you want to. And CMSs of nowadays, the coding can be as minimal or as complicated as you want. So it's not low code that people imagine, but to start a business, you have the component ready,
So
right?
so the
Yeah.
so the language of the wasteland is PHP. Let's say there's
And
there's a nuclear fallout, and then
Yep.
yeah.
you just have like these servers with
No,
APIs, and the language of the wasteland is PHP. Is that right?
Well, here's a counter argument.
it's COBOL. It's COBOL.
COBOL.
Oh, by the way, I learned COBOL. Okay. My background is COBOL and Pascal. Oh my
Yeah.
god, so old.
You might want to go back Kobo, man. It's like they pay you so much now.
I don't know if I can remember. Those were the days when I was like playing around. So it was like COBOL, Pascal, basic.
RPG? DBase? RPG? No?
No. Yeah.
RPG are not commonly taught, but it
Not commonly
exists,
taught.
but not commonly taught. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I did COBOL, Pascal, basic. I did C. I mean, of
Yeah,
course,
very likely it's C. It's very likely C. or
everyone
basic.
end up doing C and C++. So yeah.
Yeah. The hiring in the yeah. Unfortunately, the hiring is still the boring days, love. So
No, but it's interesting that Daniel was saying the PHP because you basically have continuity. That okay, you might start something in PHP, but because the large pool of people who just do PHP, you can like okay, this person just left and went to a different place. Who's going to maintain my application? Oh, there's more people who will do
Yeah.
PHP,
Yeah.
and I guess that's
But-
the important thing right now.
yeah,
Yeah,
because often here's the thing, right? I find it very interesting. I'm not sure whether Daniel will actually see it. Sometimes you go to a startup event, you will realize that when you often also happen to hear tech people talk about stack, and you had a bias toward the hot new thing instead of PHP. So the people that deliver business, they won't tell you that we use WordPress or we use Drupal, or worse, we use PHP, Laravel. But
Yeah.
but the one that use Ruby on Rails or Node, they will say, yeah, we use Node or whatever. You know what I mean? So there's a bias as a result. New founders have a tendency to pick up the wrong stack, whereas for business
or is
continuity,
it-
PHP.
Assuming, is it because WordPress you pay less? Or
Yeah, actually, it's partially because of the market. We got a lot more. Because
it's partially that it's also I think for me it's more of availability. It's never it's dude. Okay, I come to look at. I come and look at like, dude, I want to hire a Ruby on Rails guy. Like,
Yeah.
think about that. Like, how many of them? I can tell you where I can tell you most of them where they're working. Is a small group of people, and yeah, there's more Python people now, which is good. But again, like seriously, if I want to want to look for like, let's say my whole stack is built on Python, and but like, am I like how?
okay, so you as a startup, right? Like if you want to build a startup, you build companies like or entrepreneur, right? What's your concerns or factors you factor in when you're looking for a tech founder or tech stack or to build a product, right? What kind of tech you're looking at, what people you're looking at?
I look at someone that is adaptable with tech. So they're not like personally. I look at someone who can easily change their stack or jump into something instead of just being biased into it. So I'm trading off in-depth knowledge for someone who is willing to just adapt into other stack. But yeah, that is it's a trade-off lah in terms of that, because you might not have like the most optimized code, you might not have that. You probably have a lot of memory leakage or whatever shit going on.
But would you hire a company that says they're doing AI and machine learning but doesn't use Python? So
The-
it's
the-
talking about biases.
The secret is most AI companies are human powered.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
secretly known among, okay, at least among our circle. So the most advanced thing we probably have is actually, yes, it's human powered. The most advanced that might do is 1,000 if else. That's a
Yeah.
joke actually. It's powered by if else.
I
So
mean,
Powered
like,
by a very quick human at the other end. So you actually
yes,
get like the request, and then someone just immediately clicks or answers it, and then like and people just think that their internet is slow, but it's
yeah,
actually like an actual human answering it.
yeah.
yes,
Well, it's artificial intelligence, so
yeah.
it's all artificial.
Nobody. So the thing is, it's artificial of what? Are you artificial in the technology or artificial in the intelligence itself? Nobody say
Uh,
it's real.
yeah, I won't say it's not real, but it's just
Yeah,
I think we drop
yeah. I will
oh,
bring him in.
Yeah, Tevin.
yeah.
It
Uh,
happens.
I'm back. Sorry, I lost the
No
speaker.
problem.
I don't know why.
Yeah, but I will be. I mean, I don't. I, so I'll be personally. I'll be suspicious if they are a AI company with PHP.
And it
But
won't be the strangest thing on the planet.
no, it won't be. I'll be very suspicious, but I will probably think like they will probably outsource their machine learning to Amazon or something or something.
Yeah, very like. In fact, I know the big name startups are using like Google's service,
Yeah.
pump in data and get things out,
Yeah,
and it
easier.
works. Yes,
It's
because
easier.
often you do not need that. All you really need is actually all what we actually want is dog library, right? It's not
Yeah.
we don't want to train the dog. What is a dog? I just want to know the library is called import is dog or import is koi.
Or import
Import
is
is koi.
promise.
Yeah.
And then and
But
then
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's the problem with depending on third party libraries. Oh,
Yes.
so I have a question with Daniel. So now MCO period. How do you do the networking aspects of your work? Because before you'll have meetups, you talk to people, you get to like actually meet them, talk to them. But now it's quite difficult to like do the face to face conversations. The physical aspect is not there anymore. How do
Uh,
you adapt?
the secret, sorry, I think swimming will know I'm a super introvert. I don't cheat on like to go to meetups. Okay, but I think I think it's the same with back in the days. Like back in the days, I'm from the IRC era. Like so, you have friends that you have no idea who they are, and
Yes.
then yeah, and then you be at ASL and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you still have this connection. I mean I've been involved in TEDx for over 10 years, and there are people I recognize the name. And I've never met them in years, but we talk and etc. Then when we come to a meetup, it's like, oh my god, you are this person. It's like
Yes.
wow. It's like I didn't know you're a girl or I didn't know you're a guy.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So all you know is the handle, the
Yeah,
nickname, and
all you know in the handle. I mean, Facebook is supposed to be real names in any case, but yeah, I mean, you can put it's pseudo anonymous, so you can actually put your name something else. They don't enforce it. You can change your photo to something else, or you might not even know it. So yeah,
Yes. In
so
fact,
the
it's very
secret there. So the
Yeah.
secret there is just being thick-faced in a sense, and then just reach out and talk to people
no,
while
answer
on
questions.
MCO.
Yeah, ask
Yeah.
questions.
Mhm.
Join forums, ask question, any particular thing. Is Stack Overflow a thing still? If you are in the tech world, if you are not in the tech world, there are like so many groups out there. Now the new hotness is like you join a Slack group, or you join a WhatsApp group, or you join a Telegram group, or maybe Discord. So yeah, that's a lot of way to know people. You don't have to just be formally that. Sorry, don't tell people what.
Oh,
The-
I'm going to
the
share
handle.
something.
Oh, okay. I was like, why? Don't tell people. Swimming's handle is swimming. Okay. Fun fact. My handle is actually Cerventus. That's why it's in my name.
Yeah.
What? Cerventus is such a Spanish name. Why did you end up with Cerventus?
I know, but it's
It's
a cool story.
it's inspired. Back in the day, wow, back in high school, all of a sudden, like, so Daniel, I have a Chinese name. That's my official name, and
Yeah.
Daniel was given by my family. So my entire life, I've been identified as Daniel. But for some reason, my parents do not want to add that into my birth cert. For some reason, I think they are more traditionalists on that lah. So they just follow their birth cert, and I don't have Daniel in my name. And when you come to high school, all of a sudden you see the other, especially Chinese boys, or Chinese, like this happened to a lot of Chinese. All of a sudden they have English name. Like that, all of a sudden Daniel is a very popular English name. And I know 5 Daniel walking distance from my house back in the day, like 20 minutes just away. Same age, by the way, we are all the same batch.
Yeah.
And so, coming from Laka, it became a very small town and so on. So everyone knows. Everyone knows my online IRC handle Cerventus, so they know specifically. And I had a girlfriend back then who had a middle name. Was like, oh, you can have such a thing. I didn't know middle name exists. So I just added that into that. Cervantes was actually inspired by Miguel de Cervantes, the author of Don Quixote or Don Quixote or however. And it was also I like Roman mythology, Roman history. So it wasn't spelled as a Vantes, it was a Vantus. So yeah, that was a long story. I do not know why I end up doing that, choosing that spelling, but that was the. So when people refer, oh, do you like my RLC friends or my online friends, like, hey, do you know Cervantes? Yeah, Cervantes. Yeah. So I just thought that I just thought like to it was just more like to get people to like identify like, hey, oh yeah, that's Cervantes. Yeah, I kept it since high school actually. So yeah. So
Story.
And again,
swimming's real name is swimming. So it's swimming. I know swimming swimming.
yeah,
Excellent.
yes.
If you follow my syntax, yeah.
Yeah. So you have a middle name. Swimming.
Yeah, swimming.
But on the other hand, thanks to Gmail, I actually had a closest thing to a Nate Swister, which occasionally they call me that.
Yeah,
Not many people call me that, but the barcamp guys sometimes call me that. So
No,
yes,
it's like Iquan.
Talking about that, right? Is it going online this time?
I was actually thinking about it, but I don't have time to do it. So
yes.
But Zoom is sponsoring something. If I still have that account after this, let's do it. Yeah, because it can hold up to 500 people. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's really good.
So much opportunity.
Thank you, Zoom.
Man.
Thank you for sponsoring the
The promo Zoom much good better now.
Yeah.
So how about grooming? Like the hair. Like you have a very good. I don't know how you call it. What kind of thing is this?
Chinese sash?
Goatee. The goatee, like that. Like for example, swimming just I don't know. He just lets his hair grow, I guess. And same
Yeah,
with
because
Teva.
I want to be.
Yeah. Mine is
I
as
want to
well.
be
It's
youth
just growing.
center.
I just tie it out. Yeah.
I know.
But you seem to be on the spot with your personal grooming.
Actually, it's not. It's really bad.
It's
So it's really patchy. It just looks nice because of the
Yeah.
I'm using a
low
2014.
resolution.
Yeah, I'm using a 2014 MacBook Pro, and so low resolution camera makes it look better.
Yeah. True.
So okay, shit, I forgot the question. So any other question for you guys while thinking?
I have a question about the tapir.
Yeah.
What about the
So
tapir?
yeah, Or you want me to give the story of the tapir?
If you want to share, because it's such a cute tapir, it's like tapir with
This is a design done by Wendy. Wendy used to be one of our co-hosts, but she's got busy for a while, and occasionally she do still help out with the design. This is her latest one, using very interesting CSS technique actually.
Oh,
So-
it's CSS. Oh, wow.
I think this
If
SVG,
you go
but
to-
in a CSS version.
Yeah, if you go to the website, the logo there is actually SVG, so we actually took it. So
Yeah.
if you go to devkami.com, the
Oh, I see.
logo near the middle is actually CSS.
Yeah.
She made it.
How? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, I did not notice that.
Yes. So, and also, Wendy is pretty good at her design. Look at her page; you can find it. Very good designer, very good front end engineer. She can do CSS the way that I can do, but then arguably, I'm
You're
learning
never a front
server.
end guy, dude.
Yeah.
I
So-
don't even remember your do any front end stuff.
Well, yeah, and also there is a reason why you choose tapir. It's one of the most underrated animal among us. So in Malaysia, people will think about Malayan tiger, the Malayan tiger, the Asian elephant, even the pangolin, right? But tapir is almost always forgotten, and that and the Malayan sun bear.
Yeah.
But we choose Malayan sun bear have something for them. They're cute, so people like them automatically. Tapir, very underrated and actually very cool. And Asia, in fact, the Southeast Asia region and South America are the only two places where tapir exists. So
It's a very cool
nobody
animal.
is, yeah. And also panda is overrated. Panda.
By the way, there was a period of time, Nazro, who's also a former Drupal guy. Now he's a sys. What's is it sys off? Like what? I can't remember what he does. I know he does like Docker and Puppet and stuff like that. I cannot. Yeah, I don't know.
Sysadmin.
He do more ops nowadays.
No, I
In
don't know
Netherlands.
exactly what exactly he does
Yeah.
now in terms of that. But he and I used to have a project called Project Tapir.
Okay.
Special content.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
so it was damn funny. We love that. We love the animal.
Yes, it's actually very cool. So that's how we ends up using DevKami, using tapir as our logo lah. And one of these days, we should. I should share this. I'm so sorry. One of these days, we should actually donate to the zoo just because tapir is heavily. Tapir is actually heavily. It's endangered because
Yeah.
it's so underrated. Nobody cares, and they're more likely to be killed by car accident than hunting. So that's that.
I have a question. Which O'Reilly book has the tapir?
I
Oh,
don't
good
know.
one. I think
Because
that
the O'Reilly books have actually, let me Google
that's a
that.
good one.
that might be the language we have to, or the stack we have to end up with
Yeah,
if
yeah.
we get asked like which stack are you recommending nowadays. We have the, what is the tapir book? Oh, Scala. Well, not
Scala.
bad. Okay.
That's not too bad.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
I haven't heard
Okay,
Scala
I
for a
should
long
Scala.
time.
Good coincidence. Scala is the tapir book. Programming
saw-
Scala. The O'Reilly
Oh, do you know the mouse deer one is Hadoop operations?
mouse deer. I
Yeah.
wonder why they chose mouse deer. It's like Hadoop is
Yeah.
supposed to be the big scale thing, right? And then you have the
Yeah,
smallest.
They used elephant at one time. They
For
used elephant
Hadoop.
at one time.
Yeah, I haven't heard of Scala for a long time, man.
Scala is one of those workhorse lah. It exists, it's running. People don't talk about it because they just run it and it works.
Well, they say Scala is the language. They say they tell you when they actually program Java, but they just want to sound posh.
Yeah.
So actually, we're doing Java, but we're doing Scala, so that you don't like say that you're like low class Java.
Well, it's
programmer.
like
The one that's used by Twitter, right?
Yeah.
I
Twitter do
think so.
use
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Twitter definitely use it. In fact,
And
in
the
some
funny
machine
part
learning
is
place,
Twitter used to be Ruby.
yeah,
They used
in
to. They
some
used to do Ruby, and then they couldn't scale it
Yeah.
at that time, and so they moved to something like Scala. But most likely, it's because the VM at that time for Ruby is not that good. Like the GC,
yeah,
for example, is not very well. So memory problems, and
Oh,
but Java, the JVM is
yes,
a lot
Clojure. I know
more
Clojure is using Clojure.
mature.
So Goja is using
Yeah.
what?
yes.
Clojure.
Closure
Oh, okay.
is still
Okay.
is also on the JVM.
Yeah.
So
They also
these like
recently
functional ones,
use
Closure,
VJS.
Scala, Haskell on. I don't know if
Haskell.
Yeah.
Haskell is on Java. Yeah.
Haskell is not on Java.
Actually, some of the machine learning analytics shop outside Malaysia, like, one of the bigger one, they actually switched from Python to Scala, for some of the operation stuff because it's high level enough lah, and they got the performance gain among that. So Scala again
So
underrated but interesting.
yeah. Speaking of that, we'll get back to Daniel. Which not programming language platform, but which like hosting platform, if you would say, is the most popular now? Is it GCP, Amazon, roll your own, DigitalOcean, whatever?
Sorry, hosting platform, as in not live
Yeah.
streaming hosting or just
Not infrastructure. Yeah.
infrastructure. Okay,
For a
I got
business,
it.
for a proper business, and then
Uh,
we'll get back to your question, to your answer on this one.
I will say DO actually. Is that digital?
DigitalOcean.
Yeah,
Interesting. Oh,
I see a
sense.
lot of people just roll DO because it's cheap, affordable, or what. I think as
Yep.
much as Amazon is giving out credit, a lot of them
Mhm.
find it very challenging to because DO is the most. So Amazon launched something similar like Sale and so on, but
Yeah.
DO makes it so easy. My group of my friends use Linode a fair bit, but
Oh, I have the T-shirt, by the way. The node.
oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. Linode, I like Linode, but I also like DigitalOcean. I think there is another one that I used to use that is not DO.
Is it Vulture?
Vulture.
Yeah,
Yes.
Vulture.
Yeah. Vulture was cheaper actually, and because it's good for just to launch quick stuff. And I can't remember. Vulture was like fairly cheap.
Not Heroku? Heroku, because you're a Ruby developer, right?
No, that's the
I mean,
thing. Like
previously.
No, Heroku is expensive at the time.
Yeah.
Expensive, really
And-
expensive.
we
It's
did.
like 10 USD or something, right, at the time.
Yes, it was 10 USD. I think voucher was about 3 USD for an instant.
It's
like
still
damn-
cheap. It's still cheap.
Yeah, it's damn
Yeah.
cheap. Actually. Yeah.
They
Still
were
cheap,
like
but-
when DigitalOcean and Linode were doing their price war, like 5 US for like
Yeah.
512 megabyte.
But
Uh,
now
thing.
AWS
Yeah,
came out with their
Vulture
live
came in.
sale, cheaper as well.
Yeah,
like
but
three.
like 3. So no, voucher is voucher is 250.
250 now. Okay. But they have
Yeah.
come with a, if not mistaken, they come with a very less memory or something compared
Yeah,
to what AWS is offering with live
Yeah,
sale.
but if all you're doing is like hosting a WordPress and you're not doing Bluehost, for example, you just want like your own
Oh,
thing, like your own
hosting
plugins.
WordPress with AWS is so much secure and so much easier with the DevKami built-in. Just one click deploy compared to Vulture and stuff. They're using DevKami and very secure. The console is very efficient. I tried to Vulture, always get stuck with the console, like so laggy, kind of copy paste and stuff. But compared to Lysel, it's really efficient. Personal experience.
Yeah.
So how
if you
about
guys,
this one?
If you guys want,
Yeah,
if you guys want AWS, like if you have a startup per se or something like that, you want AWS, I can give out about 5,000 ringgit of 5,000 US of credit.
Nice.
So
Nice.
just
Well,
Just-
just ask fast.
yeah, but
Well, now we
Faz
have
is
two people
work
to
for-
ask from. You have Faz and
Yeah.
you have Daniel.
Yes.
Well, but so Daniel, you were let's go to your not like what you thought was the question. So I'll actually ask the question now. So how about these types of communication, like online communication? First, personal, person-to-person meetings, and the broadcast communication. Which one would you
okay.
recommend?
So the popular one is Zoom, but the one that I really like used to be something called Appear In, which is called Whereby.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
painless. It's the most painless one out there. Unfortunately, they need to start making money, and so if you will have meetings that are 4 people, yeah, that's good enough. It's one of the most easiest one. Just give people a URL and you're there. You can leave the URL permanently. So it's like it's like so it's like, hey Swimming, just drop into this room and have a chat, and we chat and then leave. I Jitsi, uh, Jitsi, I don't quite like at the moment. I think my experience has been unstable, and Sijin been trying to set up a Jitsi server in terms of that. Yeah. So yeah, that
For
is
your
some
personal meetings, right?
for personal meeting, because we are doing this thing called Type A breakfast. So we do it's a productivity 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. And we like usually we used to do it in a cafe, but now we have to. So there are limitations. We can't use Zoom because Zoom is like 40 minutes, and we were using Amazon Chime, but Amazon Chime had some issue. If you want to try out something that you want to host like 250 people, Amazon Chime is free until June at the moment, so you can use your AWS account to sign up for that. Not getting any money out of it, but it's free. Just go and use it. I like blue jeans, but blue jeans is bloody expensive.
Oh, I hate Blue Jeans.
Uh,
Very stucky.
Apparently,
It's
according to
Zoom.
Donaldson 10, the 40-minute limit is lifted. After 40 minutes has lapsed, there will be a notification that informs you the limit
Not really.
is gone.
I had the
So
limit this
you might
morning.
want to try it.
Yeah, no, it's
Also,
random.
I guess
Yeah.
It's
random.
random. Yeah. No, I
So you
mean,
can't.
comparing blue jeans and Zoom, like how blue jeans lah, but it's expensive lah.
Really? Okay.
So that's for like personal meetings. So how about like broadcasting, like the one that you usually do?
So StreamYard, which what you guys are using, is amazing. I love StreamYard. Again, easiest, painless out there. I think downside, BeLive in terms of functionality, it might be a bit better because BeLive has like you can do like live streaming sales stuff. You can actually display images, which you cannot do in. You can preload images like over there. You can't do it in StreamLive, so you have to do this whole weird workaround out there. I think OBS is a lot harder to use for a lot of people in conference, right? But OBS Stream is a good fork. So if you guys want another, it's not as it's a more dumbed down version of OBS.
If Hangouts Live was still alive, would that be a competitor?
Yeah, that would
Do
be.
you remember Hangouts Live?
Yeah, that would definitely be a competitor. Unfortunately, they deprecated it or something. Then Facebook used to have this platform that they allow you to do Facebook Live, that you can have a guest. They canceled that in December last year. Then recently, like a couple of days ago, I saw that function again. But it's not reliable. It only shows like occasionally some of your friends that you can bring up to live, which is very weird. I don't understand why. Right? Yeah. So I like this actually. So you can use this and you can stream to multiple platforms, and then you can use something like is it Honeycomb or something like that to stream it to Twitter or restream or those kinds of stuff. Yeah. And not Twitter, I mean Instagram.
And how about like reaching out? Like, so I guess there's still email. Which platforms do you use? LinkedIn? I guess you were talking about LinkedIn. Like actually reaching out to people.
I'm not a LinkedIn user.
No, you just Google people.
Unfortunately I have an allergic reaction to LinkedIn. I do not know why.
Why? Why?
I don't know. I don't like that. I don't get the culture. I don't. Yeah, I like Facebook, but yeah.
It's not so much a culture though, LinkedIn. It just put there like I'm available, I'm not, and that's it.
No, they do a lot of stuff. A lot of people share like oh, these are the 10 ways you can actually close your sales. These are
it's so like salesman-y for yourself, right?
It's too bullshitty sometimes as well. To be honest. I mean, it's not very genuine. the way they put it, everything.
Yep.
Yeah. So I feel like
But
they
the future though.
I have a personal vendetta over LinkedIn. They kill few of they kill few of my friends'
how
company.
about how about bets? So how like we'll because I think we did a bet with Fuzz and both of us lost. So how about you? So will the MCO be extended? What are you betting?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looking at the current situation, yes.
Okay.
I'm actually going to say that it's yes and no.
Partially lifted.
Yes
How
and
is
no.
that bad? Yeah.
That's not
Partially lifted.
that's like hedging
Put it this
both
way,
sides.
there will no. Here's why. Here's why. They want to kickstart the economy now. Because nothing is running, so they need to make it work.
Yep, agree.
But they're also afraid of spreading the disease, so they're going to. So shop are going to open soon, but they're going to limit it somehow. I do not know how the hell they're going to limit it. They will try, and they will also have a curfew, effective curfew. By 8, you need to close and all whatever. And they will recommend, they will give advisory like work from home and all that. In short, yes, they will try to limit it, and no, they will open up more and more services.
Yeah. I don't I think they will try to, but I don't think MCO will be lifted.
Until like 2 weeks
After
Not
Raya.
Christmas.
after
No,
Raya, you think so?
So there's actually let me try to bring it up actually. Give me a second now. Delete.
Chi Leong is saying they should lift it gradually instead of opening
Yeah.
the floodgates.
They should leave it gradually. Can I share a screen quickly?
Yeah, sure, by all means.
Ta-da. All right. So this is actually
Swimming, I think you need to enable his
Yeah.
screen. Yeah. Oh, wow.
So this,
Was
yeah,
this
so this-
written in PHP?
let's check. Let's do it later. Okay, so basically they did they basically did some projection over it. Like this is a Singapore research. So Singapore, preferably in terms of current situation, looking at the modeling claims that it's 19th of June. Then Malaysia, where are you, Malaysia? Oh, I saw you just now. Yep, July. Yeah.
So they have like a threshold of like, because I
100
guess they're doing a fitting, right?
Yeah, they're
Where
gonna fit.
if the date, so they fit predicted data, and then if it crosses the threshold, at that threshold they assume that the thing is lifted.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's actually like looking at 97% ending at 6th of May, assuming like what's the right? I think today we have a 99% case new cases, correct? I can't remember today's number, but yeah, like it's for the past couple of days been trending over. But again, you cannot look at the assumption of it's trending. It doesn't mean that it's that this is the thing, because we also need to look at the data of how many tests are being how targeted the tests will be, etc. But looking at Malaysia, we are nearer to we are nearing it, but nearing the tail end, assuming there's no
We're
major.
not there yet.
Yeah, but we're not
There's
there
no
yet.
second wave. This is very much like a single wave, at least according to the data they fitted.
And
It's a single wave.
And there's also another
Hopefully
cultural
there's
difference, right? It's a raya, everything. So people gonna balik kampung, everything. It's gonna
Yeah.
cause another wave, everything. So I don't know. Probably they
Well,
extend it.
actually, can you legally do balik kampung? Because that's you need to ask for
No.
permission,
Wait, they
right?
lift it, then you can, right? So
I don't know if that's actually something that the government
I don't
Which is
think-
why they
Without-
actually have
okay.
the app. Which is why they have the app to actually control access and all that. So my bet is, okay, it won't be Christmas time. It will be around Merdeka time. It will
Yeah.
close until Merdeka time.
It's
So
actually very interesting to look at it, to be honest.
yeah,
I have another site that actually has a good, better, very interesting one. Is it COVID Lua? So this is done by the. Hey, where are my other countries? What happened to the other countries again? More countries with recovering trend. So weird. I thought I picked this already.
Mm. Did they just take off Malaysia on the list? Oh, there's Malaysia.
That's Malaysia. Also, we have 94. So you want to look at the doubling, actually.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's so in terms of how many recover, hospitalized, ICU. So the death has been 3% over. So
Mhm.
this we are doing really well. Any death is bad, but the good thing we're doing really well. Recovery also is we are doing fairly well. I think this is Desmond Loa wrote this actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of this had a lot of assumption.
Yes.
So
Definitely.
there's a lot of assumption that throw at pure numbers. So a really interesting one is a big number of cases are from whoever that's come back from wherever. So those are definitely raise up the number. Then there is a number of foreign workers behind my place somewhere. They actually got locked down, and they got a big number of cases not recorded because I do not know why they are not recorded. So which actually skew the number.
Yeah, we
So-
haven't taken account the undocumented cases and all the other stuff.
Yes.
We are taking account
Yes.
in terms of what has been documented. So data can lie in a lot of ways, but it's a good way
Yeah,
to
precisely.
do the AI.
So that's why I have. Yeah, it's interesting, but I have my doubt. So it's 11. We usually end around now.
Yeah.
Anything else? If not, so any other bets?
Yeah.
What we'll see for the next end of 2020? Are we going to recession?
PHP is going to have a revolution.
A research.
People are going to do PHP again.
Yeah.
No, I won't be surprised because I've been getting a lot of people asking for WooCommerce. So-
Commerce.
Yeah,
Interesting.
so PHP man is
You would have thought that people would just do like the
Shopify,
I forgot which one was that? Yeah,
Shopify. Shopline.
Simplify
Yeah,
the thing.
more mahal, you have to pay, and Shopify takes a commission for every, I think take 2% or 1% commission of sales if you pay a certain tier.
Yeah, but you have to pay commission to your payment provider, payment gateway anyway. So it's either
You don't have
Shopify
a
takes it or
choice.
PayPal
No,
takes it. Or...
it's on top of that. So you're paying
Oh,
your payment gateway, and on top of that, Shopify takes a commission out of it.
It's affiliate
I see.
link. right?
Yeah. So
you
people,
have-
I also have
So are you saying that because of the surge in online sales that are happening, people are now educated in buying online? More e-commerce sites are popping up, and people are doing WooCommerce and all of these like mom and pop online stores.
I guess as any entrepreneur, you always get attracted to the idea of, hey, open source is free,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, but our salary is not now.
WordPress is free, okay, so
Yeah.
can I build one and etc. Then you start building, and then it's like, hey, it's hard to build. Oh, okay, I need to hire someone. So
Yeah.
they will research all the options. They will come to the conclusion. It's like, what's the cheapest option?
Yeah.
But it's not. Yeah. So that's my hypothesis.
Yes.
Okay. I think we are 1 hour.
Any last question before we go on? If not, I think we can. So, any last word, Daniel, before we get it
Steven,
off?
when are we doing barcamp?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Barcamp
Are we doing
online. We
Barcamp?
should do it. Barcamp online.
We should
Just
do it.
Yes.
That's-
Let me.
that's
I will
Because
know- because what?
I FFK Geek Camp, just so you know.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
But never mind. We can
So
we can do barcamp /geekcamp Suican.
Yeah.
Always called Suican.
Yeah. No, but like it's because it's more like a show and tell anyway, right? Like you have things, and then now we have like
Yes.
so. For example, I can show my atom. So by the way, swimming, this is the atom.
I know. Yeah. I
The
saw that.
so it's actually very very small. It's an inch by an inch. It's an
Yes.
ESP32
Yes.
microcontroller. So I can do it like this and do my stuff. And then you have a
Yeah.
bar camp style, 5 minutes, 10 minutes per person. So I think we should.
We can do.
try it.
Yeah.
We can do that. It's not too different from DevKami actually. We just need to make sure nobody do sales on it.
No, I mean the good part now is you can kick them off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Good
okay, I
ideas.
consider it lah.
Yeah,
Since
good
I have the whole week of break, I'm actually do something about that. So that being said, if you have no other question, I got a feeling that we will have part 2 with Daniel in the future. So, how do we find you?
Just hunt me anywhere, Cerventus. There's only one Daniel Cerventus in the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, and that's it. I think we can say
Bye.
goodbye then. Bye.
See you
Bye.
next
Bye.
week.
Thank you for having me,
Yes.
guys. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Unfortunately, I'm going to kick out this.
Bye.
Yes.
Thanks a
And
lot.
we end.
Bye.